at the moment, what I see, Ajit, Lawrence, is that there seems to be no obedience at all, and people are not even ready, because you have the representative from the Holy See being asked to be thrown out of the country because they are saying that he's trying to create enmity between two groups of people. They have petitioned the Prime Minister, they have petitioned the President as well. So there seems to be no obedience on that part. So what it looks like, the Holy See's word is also not being taken on the ground.
The thing is, as I said earlier, the LAC when they wanted this kind of facing Holy Mass facing the laity or the faithful, the Archbishop, then Archbishop Mar Pavathil was very stubborn, and he did not want to let this Latin rite of Mass be offered in Syro Malabar churches. What these people who are protesting now against the Syro Malabar rite of Holy Mass, what they said was they will split from Syro Malabar Church and join the Latin Rite. So there is an inevitable split. As such, there is an inevitable split. Split is being foreseen. As such, yeah, there is these people in Syro Malabar Church who wants this Holy Mass facing the laity or the faithful are willing to join the Latin Catholic Church, that is RC, Roman Catholic Church. That is what they are threatening about. Then this political power of the Syro Malabar Church here will be weakened. So in that way, politicians cannot take any side with any of the groups.
Well, as you in fact point out, and we in fact see the kind of crisis that is being unfolded right here. One question that I have before I let you go. So now with this kind of a deadline that's come on August 20th, and at the same time nobody heeding to anyone's words, and the kind of scenes that we witnessed at St. Mary's when Cyril Vasil tried to enter the church, the Archbishop tried to enter the church as a papal delegate. All this has in fact just shown how on a weak wicket the Syro Malabar Church is. So when you're saying if the split occurs and if a majority of them does join the Latin Church because over this Mass, how much of a number are you looking at this probable split, and what is the kind of number of population that you would see moving towards the Latin Church if this happens?
My impression from reporting this Liturgical Action Council's movement, my impression is that a vertical split would take place. A vertical split would take place, but wherein the hierarchy, like Alanjeri and his followers and his juniors or his subordinates will stay with the Syro Malabar Church, whereas the priest, just not the hierarchy, but the priesthood level and the people, laity who wants this Latin rite of Holy Mass followed in the church, will have a vertical split, whereas the hierarchy will remain in the Syro Malabar Church. That is what is impending,
And Ajay Lawrence, one more question that we have. If you're looking at a vertical split, will there be cases now for the assets of the church as well? Who will be in control of this? Because that is what we in fact see. Once there's a vertical split, we in fact see this, that there will be cases trying to find out whether schools, colleges, churches that belong to one faction will go. Will it be? It's going to be a negotiated settlement, or it looks like a huge case is going to open up on that level. There will be a huge legal battle on the assets of the church.
That's why I reiterate that the entire hierarchy, Alanjeri and his hierarchy are holding the power and the wealth of the church. So this will definitely take into the street as a fight, and also in civil courts and criminal court cases, this will end up.
Well, it looks like the kind of a situation that we are in fact seeing, and a whole lot of problematic situation that we see. Ajit Lawrence, if this happens and there is a significant move towards the Latin Church, I think the Syro Malabar Church would feel orphaned, because they have been looking for being an autonomous entity under the Pope. They've been trying to be under the Catholic Church, but if a significant portion breaks and moves to the Latin Church, which is the larger Catholic Church, of course they will feel orphaned. So do you think there will be pressure? And I'm asking this again because there was a movement towards that also in the 1970s. Will there be a pressure within the Syro Malabar Church to break all ties with the Holy See and become an independent church?
No, I mean, now, as such, the Syro Malabar Church and the Holy See are on the same path of having an independence for Syro Malabar Church as Oriental Church on its own. So there won't be any dispute between Syro Malabar Church from Kerala and with the Holy See. So that will be spared. That sort of a dispute will be spared because the Holy See and the RC Roman Catholic Church is with the Syro Malabar Church for continuing their way of method of offering the church Holy Mass and all the other ordeals and things. But they don't have any dispute with the Holy See, because if the Holy See has any dispute for this sort of Syro Malabar Church following their own traditional methods, they would not have sent this Archbishop Vasil here to settle this issue, because Vasil has come to acknowledge the consent, acknowledge and consent the Holy See's will, saying that they can follow their own ritual and rite in here as they have been following it since 300 years. But so they don't have it, they will not, Syro Malabar Church will not have any dispute with the Holy See or the Roman Catholic, the Universal Catholic Church. But the thing is, when the people, when there is there will be a split of faithful from Syro Malabar Church and applying to Latin Catholic Church, means whether the Latin Catholic Church can approve and take these people along with them with the permission of Holy See. That there will be a question like that. If the people who are not willing to abide by the what do you call the dictum of Holy See through this Archbishop Vasil, how can these people be included in the Latin rite of church? That will be a question. That will be a church. That will be a church question here for the Latin Catholic hierarchy to acknowledge, because the Latin Catholic Church cannot take any decision
Right,
apart from
right.
Holy See's decision.
Right. Thank you, Ajit Lawrence, for in fact speaking to us and giving us a detailed idea about what exactly is happening when it comes to the Syro Malabar Church. Well, with that, it's all that I have time for this. Keep tuned for News 9. On the other side, we tell you the kind of flood situation that is there in Himachal, Uttarakhand and Punjab, and the kind of difficulties the people there are facing. That's on the other side.